Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
We're so happy you're here with us today.
This is the place where you can practice real English in a simple, relaxed, and natural way.
Yes, no stress, no complicated grammar first, just clear English you can actually use in real life.
Today, we're talking about something very important.
Yes, today we're going to learn how to talk about yourself in English.
This is a skill you need when you meet new people, start a conversation, introduce yourself, or make new friends.
And the good news is you do not need perfect English to do that well.
Exactly. You just need a few simple ideas, a few useful sentences, and a little confidence.
So if you sometimes feel nervous, shy, or confused about what to say about yourself in English, don't worry.
We're going to make it easy, step by step.
So, are you ready?
Let's get started. Before we begin, how has your day been so far?
Pretty good, actually. A little busy, but good. I had a few things to do this morning, so now I'm happy to slow down and talk with everyone.
That sounds nice. My day has been good too. A little full, a little busy, but still good.
I think that's real life, right? Some days are calm, and some days feel a little packed.
Exactly. And sometimes, even on a busy day, it feels good to stop for a moment and do something useful.
Yes, especially when that useful thing is improving your English little by little.
I like that. Little by little is the key.
Definitely. A few minutes of real practice every day can make a big difference over time.
And today's topic is a very practical one.
Yes, because sooner or later, everyone needs to talk about themselves.
That's true. Maybe in a class, maybe at work, maybe with a new friend, or maybe in a job interview.
So let's ease into it together and make it feel simple.
Yes, no pressure, just simple English, clear ideas, and a little practice.
Sounds good. Let's move into it.
So, why is this topic so important?
Because talking about yourself is one of the first things you do in English.
Exactly. When you meet someone new, they may ask, "What's your name?" or "Tell me about yourself."
And that can happen in many situations.
Yes, maybe in a class, in a job interview, at work, while traveling, or even during a simple conversation with a new friend.
It sounds like a small skill, but it opens the door to real communication.
That's true. If you can talk about yourself, even in a simple way, you can start conversations more easily.
And you also feel more confident because you already know what to say.
Many English learners understand a lot, but when it is time to speak about themselves, they freeze.
Yes, because suddenly it feels personal. Now you are not just repeating English, you are using English to express who you are.
That's why this matters so much. It helps you speak in a real, useful, everyday way.
And the good news is you do not need long or complicated sentences.
Not at all. A few simple sentences can already help you make a strong introduction.
So today we're going to help you build that step by step.
Yes, by the end of this episode, talking about yourself in English should feel much easier.
And before we continue, we have one small favor to ask.
Yes, if you enjoy learning English with us, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who is learning English too.
Maybe a friend who wants to speak more confidently.
Or someone who understands English but still feels nervous when it is time to talk.
When you like, subscribe, and share, you really help this podcast grow.
And that means we can keep making simple, useful English lessons for you.
Okay, now let's get back to today's topic.
Yes, let's make this easy and practical. So, what does it really mean to talk about yourself in English?
That's a good question, because sometimes people hear that and think they need to give a long speech.
Exactly. But talking about yourself does not mean saying something big, deep, or perfect.
No, in most situations, it just means sharing a few simple things about who you are.
For example, your name, where you're from, what you do, what you like, and maybe a little about your personality or your goals.
So really, it's not about using difficult English, it's about using clear English.
Yes, think about it like giving someone a small picture of you.
I like that. Not your whole life story, just a simple picture.
Exactly. Just enough for the other person to understand you a little better.
And that already helps the conversation move forward.
Yes, because when you talk about yourself clearly, other people know how to respond. They can ask questions, connect with you, and keep the conversation going.
So if you can say a few simple sentences about yourself, you are already doing something very useful in English.
And the best part is, you can use the same basic structure again and again.
Right, you do not need to invent a brand new answer every time.
You just need a few simple building blocks.
And today we're going to go through those building blocks together.
Step by step, in a simple and natural way.
I think many learners know this feeling.
Which feeling?
The feeling of understanding a question, but then not knowing how to answer it about yourself.
Yes, that happens a lot.
I remember one time someone asked me, "So, tell me a little about yourself."
That sounds like a simple question, but for many learners, it feels very big.
Exactly. In my head, I had many ideas. I knew my name, where I was from, what I liked, and what I wanted to say.
But putting it all into English in that moment felt difficult.
Yes, my mind suddenly went blank. I thought, where do I start? What should I say first? How much should I say?
And that can make people feel nervous very quickly.
It really can. The funny thing is, the answer does not need to be long.
That's true. Most of the time, a few simple sentences are enough.
Yes, but when you are not prepared, even simple sentences can feel hard.
That's why this topic is so useful. When you already have a simple structure in your mind, you feel calmer.
Exactly. You do not have to create everything from zero.
You already know what to say first, what to say next, and how to keep going.
And that makes you sound more natural and more confident.
So if you have ever frozen when someone asked you to talk about yourself in English, you are definitely not alone.
Not at all. And today, we're going to make that much easier.
Let's start with the first and most basic part, your name and a simple introduction.
Yes, this is usually the first thing people say when they talk about themselves.
The good news is, this part can be very simple.
You do not need anything complicated here. Clear and natural is best.
For example, you can say, "My name is Anna."
Or even more naturally, I'm Anna.
Yes, "I'm Anna" sounds relaxed and very common in conversation.
You can also say, "Hi, I'm Jake. Nice to meet you."
That's a great, simple introduction.
And if you want, you can add a little more.
For example, "Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm happy to be here."
Or, "I'm Jake, and it's nice to talk with you today."
So the first step is just to say who you are in a simple, confident way.
Yes, do not make it too long. Start small.
Think of it like opening a door.
I like that. Your name is the door.
Exactly. You open the door first, and then you can add more information little by little.
And that feels much easier than trying to say everything at once.
So if someone says, "Tell me about yourself," you can begin with your name.
That gives you a simple and natural starting point.
Here are a few easy examples.
My name is Daniel.
I'm Sophia.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
Hello, I'm Maria. Nice to meet you.
As you can hear, these are short, clear, and useful.
Yes, and that is exactly what you want.
So your first building block is simple. Say your name and give a short introduction.
Once you do that, the conversation already begins.
After your name, the next simple thing you can talk about is where you're from.
Yes, this is one of the most common parts of a self-introduction.
People often ask, "Where are you from?" very early in a conversation.
And the answer can be very short and very clear.
For example, "I'm from Brazil."
Or, "I'm from Mexico."
You can also say, "I'm from Sao Paulo," or "I'm from a small town in Italy."
Yes, you can keep it general or you can be a little more specific.
Another useful sentence is, "I live in."
Right, because sometimes where you're from and where you live now are not the same.
For example, "I'm from Brazil, but I live in Portugal now."
Or, "I'm from Colombia and I live in Bogota."
That already sounds natural and interesting.
You can also say, "I was born in" or "I grew up in."
Yes, but those are a little more specific. If you want the easiest version, just use "I'm from" and "I live in."
I agree. Those two are simple, useful, and easy to remember.
Let's give a few more examples.
I'm from Japan.
I'm from Brazil, but I live in the United States now.
I live in a big city.
I'm from a small town, so I really enjoy quiet places.
Notice that even with very simple English, you can already share something real about yourself.
Yes, and when you say where you're from, the other person often has something to ask next.
Exactly. Maybe they ask about your city, your country, the food, the weather, or your life there.
So this part helps the conversation keep moving.
Think of it like giving the conversation a place to stand.
I like that. First your name and then your place.
Exactly. That makes your introduction feel more complete.
So your second building block is simple. Say where you're from, and if you want, say where you live now.
Short, clear, and very useful. Now, let's talk about another very common part of introducing yourself in English. What you do.
Yes, after your name and where you're from, people often want to know what you do.
They may ask, "What do you do?" Or, "What do you do for work?"
And sometimes they may ask, are you a student or what are you studying?
The good thing is, your answer can still be simple.
Very simple. You do not need a long explanation.
For example, you can say, "I work as a teacher."
Or, I'm a student.
You can also say, "I work in marketing."
Or, I work with computers.
Yes, that is a nice, easy option if you do not want to sound too formal.
You can also be honest and simple if your situation is different.
Exactly. For example, right now, I'm looking for a job.
Or, I'm studying English right now.
Or even, I'm working on my own business.
That sounds natural too.
The important thing is not to worry about using the perfect job title.
Yes, clear is better than complicated.
For example, if you say, "I work in sales," that is already very good.
Or, I work in a hospital.
Or, "I'm a university student."
These answers are short, natural, and easy to use.
Let's give a few more examples.
I work as a driver.
I'm a student and I'm studying business.
I work in customer service.
Right now, I'm focused on learning English and finding new opportunities.
That last one is really useful for many people.
Yes, because not everyone wants to answer in the exact same way.
And that is okay. You do not need to sound perfect. You just need to sound clear and honest.
Think of this part like giving people a small picture of your daily life.
I like that. It helps them understand what kind of life you have and what your days may look like.
Exactly. So your third building block is simple. Say what you do in a clear and natural way.
Work, study, or your current focus. Any of these can be part of your introduction.
And once you have that, your self-introduction starts to feel much more complete.
Now let's make your introduction feel a little more personal.
Yes, a great way to do that is to talk about your hobbies and interests.
This part is nice because it helps people connect with you more easily.
Exactly. When you talk about what you enjoy, the conversation often becomes warmer and more natural.
And once again, you do not need complicated English.
Not at all. Simple sentences work very well here.
For example, you can say, in my free time, I like reading.
Or, I enjoy listening to music.
You can also say, I like watching movies.
Or, I love cooking.
These are simple, clear, and very common.
Another useful phrase is, I'm really into.
Yes, for example, I'm really into fitness.
Or, I'm really into photography.
That sounds natural and a little more conversational.
You can also say, one thing I really enjoy is.
For example, one thing I really enjoy is hiking.
Or, one thing I really enjoy is learning languages.
I like that because it sounds personal and relaxed.
Yes, and hobbies are helpful because they often create the next question in the conversation.
Exactly. If you say, I like soccer, the other person may say, oh really, what team do you like?
Or if you say, I enjoy cooking, they may ask, what do you like to cook?
So hobbies help keep the conversation alive.
Think of hobbies like little bridges between you and the other person.
That's a nice way to say it. They help people walk into the conversation with you.
Let's give a few more easy examples.
In my free time, I like going for walks.
I enjoy reading and watching documentaries.
I'm really into music and travel.
One thing I really enjoy is spending time with my family.
Notice that none of these sentences are difficult.
Yes, but even simple hobbies can make you sound more natural, real, and interesting.
So your next building block is simple. Talk about what you like to do in your free time.
Hobbies, interests, and simple activities are all great things to mention.
And when you do that, your introduction starts to feel more human and more memorable.
Now let's talk about personality.
Yes, this is the part where you describe what kind of person you are.
And this can sound difficult at first, but it does not have to be.
Not at all. You only need a few simple words that feel true for you.
For example, you can say, I'm friendly.
Or, I'm a calm person.
You can also say, I'm a little shy at first.
Or, I'm pretty easygoing.
These are short and natural ways to describe yourself.
Another helpful thing is that you do not need to sound perfect or impressive here.
Exactly. Just be honest and simple.
For example, you can say, I'm friendly but a little quiet.
Or, I'm hardworking and curious.
I like that kind of sentence because it gives a fuller picture.
Yes, you can also combine two ideas.
For example, I'm calm but I enjoy meeting new people.
Or, I'm a serious person at work but very relaxed with friends.
That sounds natural because people are usually not just one thing.
Very true. And this part helps other people understand your energy a little better.
Think of personality like the color in your introduction.
I like that. Your name, your city, your work, and your hobbies are important, but your personality adds color.
It makes you sound more real.
Let's give a few more easy examples.
I'm friendly and easy to talk to.
I'm a little shy at first, but I open up later.
I'm curious and I enjoy learning new things.
I'm a calm person, and I like peaceful places.
These are very useful because they are simple, but they still sound personal.
Yes, and if you do not know many personality words yet, that is okay. Start with easy ones like friendly, calm, shy, funny, quiet, curious, hardworking, or easygoing.
That is more than enough to begin. So your next building block is simple. Describe your personality with a few honest words.
And remember, simple English can still say something meaningful about you.
And now let's talk about one more powerful part of introducing yourself in English, your goals.
Yes, this part helps people understand what you want, what you are working toward, and what matters to you.
It also makes your introduction feel more future-focused.
Exactly. You're not only saying who you are now, but also where you want to go.
And once again, this can be very simple.
For example, you can say, one of my goals is to improve my English.
Or, I want to grow in my career.
You can also say, I'd like to start my own business someday.
Or, I'm working toward a better future for myself and my family.
These kinds of sentences sound clear, personal, and meaningful.
Yes, and they often create a deeper conversation.
For example, if you say, my goal is to travel more, the other person may ask, where do you want to go?
Or if you say, I want to improve my English, they may say, that's great. How are you studying?
So, goals help people understand your direction in life.
Think of your goals like the road in front of you.
I like that. Everything before this tells people where you are now, and your goals show where you want to go.
Exactly. That makes your introduction feel more complete.
Let's give a few more easy examples.
One of my goals is to speak English more confidently.
I want to learn new skills and grow professionally.
In the future, I'd like to travel to different countries.
I'm working toward a healthier and more balanced life.
Notice how these sentences are not difficult, but they still say something real.
Yes, you do not need big words to talk about your goals.
A simple sentence is enough.
So, your next building block is simple. Share one goal, one dream, or one thing you are working toward.
That small detail can make your English sound more natural, thoughtful, and personal.
And now you already have several strong pieces to talk about yourself in English. Now let's put everything together.
Yes, until now, we talked about the different parts one by one.
Your name,
Where you're from,
what you do,
your hobbies,
your personality.
and your goals.
But in real life, you usually put these ideas together in one short introduction.
Exactly. Not too long, not too short. Just enough to help someone understand you.
Let's give a full example.
Good idea.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Brazil and I live in Sao Paulo. I work in marketing and in my free time, I enjoy reading and listening to music. I'm a calm and curious person, and one of my goals is to improve my English and grow in my career.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, it is simple, but it gives a clear picture.
Let me try one too.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm from the United States and I live in Texas. I work as a teacher. In my free time, I like going to the gym and watching movies. I'm friendly and easygoing, and one of my goals is to keep learning and help more people.
That's a great example, too.
And notice, neither example is very complicated.
Exactly. That is the important point. A good introduction does not need big vocabulary or perfect grammar.
It just needs to be clear, honest, and easy to follow.
You can also make it shorter if you want.
Yes, sometimes just 3 or 4 sentences are enough.
For example, hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Mexico. I'm a student and I love music.
That is short, but still very good.
Or you can make it a little longer when the situation needs more detail.
So think of your introduction like building with blocks.
I like that. You do not need to use every block every time.
Exactly. Sometimes you use 4 blocks, sometimes you use 6.
The important thing is that now you have a structure.
And when you have a structure, speaking feels easier.
So this is your full example section. Simple ideas connected in a natural way.
And later, you can change the details to make it your own.
Before we finish, let's slow down and review some useful words and phrases from today's episode.
Yes, this part can help you remember the language more clearly.
Let's start with the phrase, introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself means to say who you are.
For example, please introduce yourself.
Or, I want to learn how to introduce myself in English.
Next, we have the phrase, I'm from.
This is a very common and simple way to talk about your origin.
For example, I'm from Brazil.
Or, I'm from a small town.
Another useful phrase is, I live in.
Yes, this tells people where you live now.
For example, I live in Rio de Janeiro.
Or, I live in a big city.
Next, we have I work as and I work in.
I work as usually comes before a job title.
For example, I work as a teacher.
And I work in usually comes before an area or field.
For example, I work in sales.
Or, I work in healthcare.
Another great phrase is in my free time.
This is a very natural way to start talking about hobbies.
For example, in my free time, I like reading.
Or, in my free time, I enjoy cooking.
Next, we have a useful personality word, easygoing.
Easygoing describes someone who is relaxed, calm, and not difficult.
For example, I'm pretty easygoing.
Another useful word is curious.
Curious means you want to learn, explore, or know more.
For example, I'm a curious person and I like learning new things.
Let's also look at the word goal.
A goal is something you want to do or achieve in the future.
For example, one of my goals is to improve my English.
Or, my goal is to find a better job.
And one more useful phrase is I'm working toward.
This means you are making effort now to reach something later.
For example, I'm working toward a better future.
Or I'm working towards speaking English more confidently.
These words and phrases are very useful because you can use them again and again in real conversations.
Yes, and the more you hear them and say them, the more natural they will feel.
So, if you want, you can listen to this part again and repeat the phrases out loud.
That is a great way to remember them and start using them in your own introduction. Now, let's do a little speaking practice together.
Yes, this is your time to pause, repeat, and make the English feel more natural in your mouth.
You do not need to be perfect.
Just speak clearly and do your best.
We'll say a sentence first.
Then you can repeat it after us.
Ready?
Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Now you say it.
I'm from Brazil.
Your turn.
I live in Sao Paulo.
Now repeat.
I work in marketing.
Your turn.
In my free time, I enjoy reading and listening to music.
Now you say it.
I'm a calm and curious person.
Your turn.
One of my goals is to improve my English.
Now repeat.
Very good.
And remember, these are only examples.
Yes, you can change the details to match your own life.
Let's try a second example together.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Now you say it.
I'm from Mexico.
Your turn.
I work as a driver.
Now repeat.
In my free time, I like watching movies and going for walks.
Your turn.
I'm friendly and easygoing.
Now you say it.
One of my goals is to speak English more confidently.
Excellent.
Now let's make it a little more personal.
We will give you the beginning and you can finish the sentence with your own idea.
My name is...
Say your answer.
I'm from...
Your answer.
I live in...
Say it out loud.
I work as a... or I work in...
Your turn.
In my free time, I like...
Now you.
I'm a... person.
Say your answer.
One of my goals is...
Your turn.
That was great practice.
Yes, even short speaking practice like this can help a lot.
The more you repeat simple sentences, the easier it becomes to talk about yourself naturally.
And little by little, your answers will start to come faster and feel more comfortable.
Before we finish, let's quickly go over the main points from today's lesson.
Yes, today we talked about how to talk about yourself in English in a simple and natural way.
We started with your name and a short introduction.
Then we talked about where you're from and where you live.
After that, we looked at how to talk about what you do.
We also talked about hobbies and interests.
Then we added personality, so your introduction sounds more human and more personal.
And after that, we talked about goals, because goals help people understand what you want and where you're going.
So when you put all of these parts together, you can give a clear and confident introduction.
And remember, you do not need to say everything every time.
Exactly. Sometimes a short introduction is enough.
And sometimes you can say a little more.
The important thing is to have a simple structure in your mind.
Name,
Where you're from,
what you do,
hobbies,
personality.
goals.
These are your building blocks.
And when you practice them, talking about yourself becomes much easier.
Yes, you do not need perfect English.
You just need clear English, simple ideas, and a little practice.
So if this still feels difficult, that is okay.
Keep practicing one step at a time.
Little by little, it will start to feel more natural.
And one day, you will answer these questions without even thinking too much.
That is the goal.
Simple, clear, and confident English.
And now we have a question for you.
Yes, we want you to practice a little after listening to this episode.
Can you introduce yourself in English in 3 to 5 simple sentences?
You can talk about your name, where you're from, what you do, or something you enjoy.
And if you want, you can also add one word about your personality or one goal you have.
Keep it simple. It does not need to be perfect.
The important thing is to try.
Yes, even a short answer is good practice.
So here is the question again.
How would you introduce yourself in English?
If you want, write your answer in the comments.
And if writing feels easier first, that is completely okay.
Then later, try saying it out loud too.
That is a great way to build confidence step by step.
Your words do not need to be big.
They just need to be honest, clear, and yours.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
We hope this episode helped you feel a little more confident about talking about yourself in English.
And remember, you do not need to sound perfect.
You just need a few simple sentences, a clear structure, and the courage to start.
Yes, small steps can create big progress over time.
So keep listening, keep practicing, and keep speaking, even if it feels a little slow at first.
That is how confidence grows.
And that is how your English becomes more natural, little by little.
We're really happy you are here with us.
Take care of yourself, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.